Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Travel Mole broadcast during these now hopefully becoming increasingly post-COVID times. They're in the past. We're going to move forward. Lots of barriers being taken down. One recently was the United States are now going to accept from November foreign visitors from a wider range of countries than they did before, including the United Kingdom in the EU. And one of those cities that I'm sure we'll be looking forward to the influx of foreign tourists would be Detroit. Detroit, always known these days as the comeback city, and I'm delighted at the other end of this Zoom line, I have the top man from Detroit tourism, and that's Claud Molinari. Good afternoon, Claud.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me on, Graham. It's a pleasure.
No problem at all. Claud, what a fantastic job you have, really. I mean, I know you would have your challenges with city tourism like any city around the world post-COVID, but you have such a wealth of attractions, interests, culture, history, almost music. You've got everything. You must be chuffed to pieces to be in that job.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. I'm thrilled to have this position. This is a great city. We're having an amazing time. It's, just before this pandemic began, I feel that Detroit was just about to really take off. And I think this is just going to be a pause, not a complete interruption. I think that everything the city has to offer and all the magic that goes with it, I think is going to be, once we really come out of this pandemic, and I think that'll be in the second quarter of 22, I think we're going to really hit the ground sprinting.
Excellent. Well, we were in Las Vegas together when this news about the opening of the borders for the USA and UK and Europe was announced. That was great excitement, but it must have been tinged still with a challenge for city tourism like yourself, which depends significantly, I would think, on convention and business tourism. I know that's your background. What are you doing to alleviate those challenges?
Well, I'll tell you, we've had some great good fortune just recently. In the last 10 weeks, we've signed 8 citywide conventions for the second half of 2022. So we've got some major business on the books, which will start like in May, June, July, August, September. Some of them are going to be so big, they're going to fill up our football stadium. So we're really excited about what's going to happen there. And I'll tell you, we're surprised at how strong our leisure travel was during the past 2 summers, which really carried the bureau. The tough part for us is when's the business travel going to come back, because we're a 3-legged stool here: tourism, meetings and conventions, and of course, business travel. And business travel was booming in Southeast Michigan just prior to the pandemic. And with our world-class airport, we're looking forward to that coming back eventually also.
Good. I mean, the fact, you're talking of leisure tourism, the fact that you are the gateway city for Michigan, and Michigan are doing, going great guns with domestic tourism and also now entering back into international tourism, that must be a benefit to you. And I assume you work quite closely with the State Tourism Board.
Oh, absolutely. Pure Michigan is a great partner of ours, and having Delta's second largest hub in the United States right here in Detroit, where you can basically fly pretty much anywhere nonstop direct from Europe to the US is a great advantage for us. And we're looking forward to parlaying that into a lot of international travel. We think that there's a tremendous buildup of pent-up demand for European travelers to come to Detroit. And we think that London and Germany and France are going to be big participants in our program moving forward.
Excellent. I think one of the advantages, if you like, I don't know about advantage, but one of the things that the pandemic has allowed people to do, and people in your position, is to rethink perhaps the way you approach tourism, and a number of sort of factors in that, a number of strategies that a lot of people are adopting. One is sustainable development in terms of, environmentally sustainable as well as commercially sustainable. The other one is value-based marketing, and the last one is really about the unique aspects of your destination. I know that you have to develop plans going forward that you present to your board of directors and to financiers and to public authorities. How much of that have you included in the plans for the next 12 to 24 months?
It's a huge part of our plan. We've really taken on a different role. Right now, it's a lot more about destination stewardship than just destination marketing. You touched on it, but really we're about environmental, economic, and cultural sustainability. Our convention center is LEED Gold certified, as well as GBAC Star. So you're talking about an extremely environmentally conscious facility. That's our largest convention center. And we've really taken on a role here that, our belief is that Detroit is more than a destination. It's a conversation. And when people come to Detroit, they're going to leave a better person, and they're going to leave Detroit a better place. And that's really important for us moving forward, that there's equity, because we're such an authentic city. And I think that people now, when they travel, they're very much interested in more than just coming and seeing the place, but really being immersed in the culture and being with the people. And I think that Detroit and Southeast Michigan are people are just, they're going to really be shocked and surprised at how awesome this place is.
It is a unique experience because, speaking from a personal point of view, the first time I went to Detroit, it was in 1987. It's a good deal different now than it was then. And I think the industrial heritage, the automobile industry, all of those things add into that heritage. And the artisan businesses that have sprung up recently just add to that culture. And if you mix in the music then, and the sport, of course, then you've got a really, from a city point of view, you do have a unique proposition, don't you?
Well, I think a lot. It's very what's the word? Underestimated. We have more Broadway theater seats than any city in the United States except New York. The number one and number four mortgage companies in all of North America are headquartered here in Detroit. Right as I look out my window, I can count 4 cranes that are building skyscrapers, including the second tallest in the state of Michigan right now. And there's 7 around here that I can't see from this window. We've got 3 casinos in downtown Detroit, plus another casino, which I can see right out my window to Canada, south of Michigan, which is always a funny talking point. And there's just so much business. And that doesn't even get into the fact that the 3 largest automobile companies in North America are headquartered in Detroit, plus all the suppliers that meet them. So this is a booming economic area. And there's a lot of things going on. And I think it's showing just how much this city has to offer. And you have 4 sports teams located in 3 stadiums that are all right downtown within a quarter mile of each other. Nowhere else in North America does that exist.
Excellent. So, and the prospects for the Red Wings?
It's another year of growth. We're gonna stick around for a while, maybe threaten to get into the playoffs. You never know.
Good. I also read that the Bureau will be 125 years old this year, which is some considerable length of time for a what is loosely known as a tourist board to be in existence. And in that time, they've only had 10 CEOs. So you're in for the long haul, Claude. Yes,
when I signed it, they said that they expect me to stay for 2 decades. That's usually the standard, 20 years, and there's been some that have gone longer. I came from the facility management side. I ran arena stadiums and convention centers around the world, and when this opportunity came up, I thought to myself, wow, I can advance my career and stay in Detroit, which is a city that has adopted me and treated me almost like a native son. I just couldn't pass it up. I love it here. And I'm so excited about the next near future as well as our long-term future.
Excellent. Well, Claude, I wish you the very, very best of luck. Perhaps we can have a chat in 20 years' time and see how you got on.
There you go. I love it.
Cheers. Speak to you soon.
Thank you, Graham.
Bye.
Bye now.